Hey guys, David Risley here with davidrisley.com, and I wanted to use my own site to demonstrate something to you. Now, I'm not doing this with the idea that everything I do on davidrisley.com is right, because obviously I'm learning all the time, just as you are. But in this one, I wanted to just demonstrate something, and that's regards to building up your list. Now, obviously, if you come to davidrisley.com, one of the first things you're going to see in the sidebar is this big white box. And it's got a fairly provocative headline here, obviously, about making over 12 G's on my blog in 10 days while I was on a cruise, which is all true, and the story of that is in this free report on the future of blogging income. But my point here is that I've got the opt-in list, or the opt-in form for my mailing list here on the sidebar, and it's above the fold. It got a big, nice yellow, bright button to get people's attention, and I'm providing them a incentive, which is the free report. So obviously, this is a very classic tactic to get people on your list, is by giving them something of value for free by simply giving them giving you their email address. So in that case, that's what I'm doing. Now, how you do that on your particular blog depends on your market, but chances are, unless your blog is completely personal in nature, chances are there's some type of report that you could probably write to provide some value to your readers in order to get people onto your mailing list. So be thinking about what you can do on that if you're not already doing it. And then, of course, in terms of design, I've got the opt-in form above the fold, and I've got a yellow button here in order to kind of catch people's eyes. Now, some blogs actually have the opt-in form higher than this, and that's perfectly fine. The closer to the top, the better, quite frankly. It just doesn't happen to fit my particular design super well, and I kind of wanted to have this recommended reading thing here. But, if I ever change it around, then I do. But the idea is to have it above the fold. Now, if we go down further, again, this is one of my posts. But you'll notice that right underneath the post, underneath the related articles, is another opt-in form. Subscribe to blog updates, news, and more. And they enter their email address and they hit subscribe. And again, it's another place. So the idea here is that they've read this content. Hopefully they like it. And if they find that my blog is now valuable to them, I'm providing them a quick way of subscribing. Now, in this particular form, I'm actually experimenting with the idea of not asking for the name. Now, I usually like to ask for your name when you subscribe to my list, because then I am able to address you by name later when I email you, which is just nice. I like to be able to address you guys personally. However, in this case, I'm testing it out with just having the email field and no name in order to see if it increases the opt-in rate. So that's subscription form number 2, is underneath the post. The next one is underneath the comment itself. Now, this one is using the Action Comments plugin in order to do. And as somebody is actually submitting a comment to my blog, I ask for their name and email address anyway in order to post a comment. That's just standard WordPress. All blogs work this way. But they have a one-click option of taking that name and email address and submitting it to my list as they're posting a comment. So, if you step back for a minute, you're seeing that I have 3 different places on the same page to opt into my mailing list. I might actually experiment with more. For a few days, I was experimenting with a pop-up on this page. I went ahead and removed that. And then I've got another option that I have in the wings that I'll talk about a little bit later. But the idea is that you want to get people onto your list. You want to capture leads with your blog, and you want it to be as obvious as possible, so that when somebody comes to your blog, they don't even have to think about, oh, where's this guy's mailing list. You want it to appear in front of them and hit them up even if they're not thinking about it. So I have 3 different opt-in forms here. Obviously, if you're on my home page, you're going to see the one on the sidebar here. You're not going to see the ones on the bottom because you're not actually looking at a post. But again, the idea is that if they like the actual content, they have a quick way of subscribing. So your homework after this video is simply to look at your own blog and be thinking, where on my own blog can I put an opt-in form that makes sense, that I can increase the number of subscribers to my mailing list that I get. Again, if you're not collecting email addresses, you need to start right away. I've already gone over that many times, but assuming that you are, then you want to always be working to increase the percentage of your traffic that converts into an email subscriber. So be experimenting with where you can put the forms on your blog in order to optimize that. So that's just an idea for bloggers out there, and I will see you guys later.